Hello, welcome to Clay English. Today I invite my friend Aaron to do a mock Ielts test. I will be the examiner and Aaron will be the candidate. Okay, let's begin. Now, in the first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself, okay? Let's
Okay.
talk about family. Do you have a large family or small family?
I have quite a big family. I lived with my parents and I have two kids.
Can you tell me something about them?
Um, yeah, sure. Uh, my dad and mom are retired, so they live with us and take care of me, my wife, and my two kids. My two kids are one of them is studying in a elementary school, and the other one is just about to go into the kindergarten. So they both very cute, and I love them very much.
How much time do you manage to spend with members of your family?
Uh, as you probably know, that nowadays the working pace is quite fast, so I have to work very hard, which leaves me very little time to spend with my families. Usually when I got home, it's already about 7 or 8 o'clock. So my big boy has almost finished his homework, and I will spend some time to check his homework, and I will spend time at the weekends. I would try to manage to take them out to do some activities like playing basketball, football, or just walking around in the park or something like that.
What sorts of things do you like to do together?
Um, I'm quite athletic, I would say. So I like to spend time with my family to do some sports exercises. Like we can go to the basketball court to play basketball, or we can just find a place to do the climbing thing, or we can go traveling and we can climb the mountains. That always be very fun.
Do you get on well with your family? Why?
Basically, yes. I mean, I'm quite easygoing, and my families are also very nice people. But I mean, every family would have their own problem. Like my relationship with my kids are always, I mean, me and my boys always have some conflicts about their attitudes towards study. So sometimes maybe they think I push them too hard, and they would like to fight back. And I mean, we are trying to. I mean, it's my first time to be a parent, and it's their first time to be the kids. So we both need to get accustomed and to solve problem together.
Okay, now I am going to give you a topic. I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you will have 1 minute to think about what you are going to say. You can make notes if you wish. Do you understand? Here
Yes.
is some paper and pencil for making notes. And here is your topic. I'd like you to describe a teacher who has influenced you in your education. All right. Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I will tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Yes. So, the teacher who leaves me a deep impression was a teacher that in my middle school. She's a female teacher. I remember that he had the curly short hair, big eyes, fair skin, uh, middle-aged, and mid-sized. Uh, so for me, he is quite a good-looking person. But that's not the reason that I think he leaves me a very deep impression. It is because the way he speaks, the way he teaches the lessons are very humorous. So she teaches the history. So usually history to me is to recite a lot of dates, events. So for me, it's not that fun. But in her class, he would introduce the textbook in a very funny way. So one thing I remember is that he was trying to um, introduce us a spinning machine. Uh, I think it's called Jenny's spinning machine. So she plays with the words. It's quite difficult to explain it in English because he teaches in Chinese. But he said that the Jenny spinning machine is a machine invented by a loving husband because the husband thinks that it's a very hard working job to do the spinning job. So he said that actually the Jenny spinning machine can be called uh, 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 I love my wife machine. So you see that knowledge just remain in my head ever since. So I think it's very important for a teacher to um, uh, it's very important for a teacher to find a suitable way to teach her class, even if the textbook is quite boring. You can always find a interesting way to interpret it. And if you teach your students with your heart, um, you can always inspire them and leave them very deep impression and influence them, and they can not only remember you but also the knowledge you are trying to give them. Okay, I think that's all.
We have been talking about a teacher who has influenced you in your education. I'd like to discuss with you some more general questions relating to this topic. First, let's consider developments in education. How has education changed in your country in the last 10 years?
In the last 10 years, I think that online education has become more and more popular. Uh, I mean, uh, in previous years, usually it's just the teacher teaching the students face to face. But nowadays, because the internet was so convenient, So online education become a possible way and a very reliable way. So I think that's a big shift in the past 10 years in education aspects.
What changes do you foresee in the next 50 years?
I think online education is a trend. It will become more and popular, and I think it could be a mainstream educational style. Because in that way, that the good the teaching resource can be fairly distributed all around the world, which means that the good teacher can not only teach the students face to face, but to teach the students all over the world. And everyone in every corner of the world can can find a way to get the educational resource that fits them well.
Okay, let's talk about the national education system. How do the expectations of today's school leavers compare with those of the previous generation?
For me, I think it's because that nowadays you find it's more and more difficult to get a job. So the school graduates would focus on the education that can give them real uh, uh, real edge of the knowledge which can be applied in the job market that the employers were willing to hire them. So, so I think the knowledge must be very updated, very practical, and only in that way the I mean the school leavers uh will interested in studying them. That's my opinion.
What role do you think extracurricular activities play in education?
I think that extracurricular activities is uh, could be used as a complement uh, uh, a complement way to the school study. Um, like it depends what kind of extracurricular activities. Some of them could be playing sports. So playing sports are very important. It can enhance their physical condition, and only if you have you keep yourself fit and healthy, that unless in that way you can't study very well. And the other kind of extracurricular activities like you can you can do some experiments, science experiments, which are very interesting. And in that kind of activity, you can apply the knowledge you learned from school and try some new things, and it will be very fun. So you would think that uh, your hard work in school is worthwhile.
Okay, let's talk about different styles or methods of teaching and learning. What method of learning works best for you?
For me, I think I would much prefer self-learning, or if I have to study in school, I would like to have a one-on-one, face-to-face uh, uh, teaching session. Because for me, I think my stud I'm quite a rebel person. Uh, when when I'm trying to learn something, I can't always follow the teacher's thoughts because I would think why I should think in that way. Is there another way? Are you telling me? Are you 100% sure that you are right? So if I just learn by myself, learn from the textbook, I can try arrows myself, or if I just have a one-on-one session with the teachers, I can just interrupt them at any time I like and raise my questions. So I think that's the best way for me personally.
How beneficial do you think it is to group students according to their level of ability?
I think it's very important to group students according to their level of ability. For example, if you put talented students and ordinary students in the same classroom, neither of them would take any advantage of the teaching environment. I mean, if think about that. If you teach the simple stuff to the talented person, uh, it will be way too easy for them, and it's just a waste of time. Or if you teach something difficult, so then for the ordinary students, then it would be hard for them to grab the meaning or to find a suitable solution uh, for the problem. So it's I mean, as a teacher, you should just find their you should try to find their level and find a suitable way to teach them. I think that's a very important part of education.
Okay, and thank you very much. That is the end of the speaking test. And that ends our speaking test. Thank you very much for joining us, students watching. And if you like our video, please give us a red heart and subscribe to our channel. Bye bye. See you next time.